Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are from the fifth group, and today we would to present about English for academic purposes. So, before we show our presentation, let me introduce our team. My name is Selin, Nuzia, Adonia as moderator and as the first speakers, and the second speakers is Indah Purnamasari, and then the third speakers is Denisa Putri Lestari, and the last speakers is Ahmad Fachrul Rozi. Ladies and gentlemen, let's open our meeting by saying basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So the next agenda is presentation session. For the first turn will be given by the first speakers. The first speakers ask me, so let's get started. So there are usually several ways to do this, but the two most common routes are submission of a satisfactory English language proficiency exam score or completion of a recognized EAP preparatory program. In some cases, students must achieve a satisfactory proficiency exam score in addition to completing a designated EAP program. So, most institutions will provide EAP programming in-house, although more universities in the United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada are now choosing to outsource their programs to private schools in so-called pathway programs. Students can enroll in EAP courses before they study in university content courses or concurrently with content study. And then, student contact hours in professional programs can reach upwards of 25 hours per week. Teachers can find themselves under institutional pressure to move students through these courses and into full undergraduate studies, as EAP programs in English speaking countries are often seen as feeder programs which are served to boost international undergraduate enrollment in post-secondary institutions where English is not the medium of content course instruction. English language courses are normally more general purpose. English language programs may adjust their curriculum and teaching to account for this need. And the teaching may take on more of an EAP flavor by focusing on typical academic tasks and appropriate language used for academic context. So the next I will explain specificity and dual purposes in EAP. English language environment requires a dual focus of helping students to develop both the language competency and study skills, which will help them to succeed. Highland and Ham Lions refers to this duality as general English and study skills, okay, which includes tasks such as listening and lectures, giving presentation and academic writing. Purposes aim at preparing students for general academic studies across disciplines. In cases where More specific needs are identified either because EAP learners are grouped by their chosen academic discipline or taken in session or adjunct EAP along with content courses. The teaching approach may be more focused and developed based on convention of discipline-specific language use. Thank you. The next speaker is Indah Purnamasari.
Okay, the next material is about need analysis. English academic purposes teaching grew from a practical need to prepare NNS for academic study in English medium courses. As English emerged as the predominant world language for business, communication, and scholarly work, the demand for English language support grew as more overseas students enrolled in academic degree programs in English-speaking countries. In response to a growing international student population in the UK in the 1950 and 1960, universities began to offer short ad hoc language courses to support NNS in their studies. It soon became apparent that general English teaching would not adequately prepare the students for academic study. English would not adequately prepare NNS to use language effectively in discipline-specific academic contexts. As Falwardew and Peacock write, what was needed was an approach to language teaching which was based on description of the language as it was used in the specific target situation. Programmers became more formal and were developed based on analysis of students' needs and practical uses of academic language in target contexts. In target environments, English academic purposes, students can be expected to undertake academic tasks such as listening to lectures and note-taking, writing academic essays, preparing and delivering presentation, and participating in group discussion. Next material about technology in English academic purposes. Current needs analysis in English academic purposes reveals that along with linguistic demands, many academic tasks involve the use of technology. English academic purposes practitioner realize it makes good sense for students to develop technology-related knowledge and skill as part of their English academic purpose study. From a needs-based perspective, the use of technology to support academic study can be viewed as part of the study skills side of English academic purpose. In their purposeful effort to prepare students for the academic context they will enter, English academic purposes, teachers are integrating a variety of technologies into learning experiences which support language learning. Many of these learning experiences also mirror current use of technology in target post-secondary learning environments. Hamlyons and Hyland argue that context and purpose are what drives the teaching and research in English academic purposes, distinguishing it from more general approaches to each type of technology used in English academic purposes teaching described in this chapter is rooted in learner needs as recognized by researchers and classroom instructors, and the classroom illustration of technology use are inextricably linked to the English academic purposes teaching context they are embedded in. First, this use is the use of technology to help English academic purposes learners build accurate linguistic knowledge through concordancing. Okay, the next material will be delivered.
The next material is concordancing and corpus analysis, developing linguistic knowledge. First is introduction and a general overview of EAP. Hamlyons writes that one valuable development for the EAP classroom has been the use of corpora and concordance, through computer system to allow EAP students to conduct their own mini research project, providing students with hand-on exercise in figuring out how language works. Headlines add that the compilation and exploitation of digitized academic corpora have led to important advances in EAP, especially in the area of genre analysis for the purpose of material development. Further, concordance tools allow for both instructor and student to investigate lexical and grammatical patterns of academic language as it is actually used in written and spoken form. The second is, what is concordance? Concordance are software programs which allow users to search thousands and in some cases millions of words of corpus for in-context occurrences of particular more famous words or phrases. A typical search returns a series of text lines aligned to allow for user analysis of how the input text keywords in context is used in the context of genuine written or spoken text. For example, search for decline, built from an academic corpus. Studies of the growth and decline of children's birth indicate that first do. And concording software allow for quick extraction of multiple occurrences of the keywords or input in context from a designated corpus. By analysis the series of concordance lines, a user can form hypotheses about the lexical and grammatical process of the keyword's decline. For example, decline occurs in context related to business and economic. Decline occurs in both noun and verb slot, and decline can be followed by the preposition in and of. And the next is concording in the classroom. Floweder proposes that concording has the potential to support language learning in several important ways and can be undertaken by both teacher and learners. For teachers, concording can offer input for material development and classroom teaching, and provide a source of lexical grammatical information about naturally occurring language and occurring language. For learners, concording can provide opportunity for inductive learning, resources for error analysis and connection, and opportunity for serendipity learning. This is from according to Jones 1988, City in Floweder's 1996. Issues of access have exists greatly with a range of corpora and concording software now freely available online. These items were grouped by rhetorical function and then presented to students on paper in a chain of teacher-guided vocabulary learning texts, and academic corpus provide multiple opportunity for students to investigate a single item in the context of authentic academic language and practice the skill of guessing unknown vocabulary from context. The text required students to analyze the concordance lines and include true or false question, graph fields, and improvised writing using target vocabulary. Student feedback on the text was highly positive, and the author also noted that the investigation of target vocabulary using concordance not only helps them to develop the ability to guess the meaning of unknown words from context, but also enrich student knowledge of collocation and grammatical structures in context of authentic language. The authors observed that concording allows material developer enormous possibilities for the creation of such exercise from authentic texts. In another classroom study, Charles described a pilot project in an advanced EAP writing course in which graduate level student use concording to analyze rhetorical functions such as dividing your own research and criticizing research of others. Yon provides a summary of some of the current thinking around potential benefit of learners concording with focus on EAP writing skill development. He writes that concording can offer rich exposure to the most common and typical language form and words that they are um, likely to encounter outside the classroom, and provide opportunities for students to work with real language instead of language which has been designed specifically for language learning purpose. The next is case study 5.1, concording in the classroom. Andy teaches EAP at a small, primarily undergraduate university in Canada. He has undertaken graduate studies in TESOL and has been teaching in the program for 9 years. Andy used a variety of technology in his teaching, and first learned about concording at a regional TESOL conference during his second year of teaching in the EAP program. At the university, EAP instruction takes place in a modularized program consisting of grammar, reading, communication, and writing courses, each at 3 levels of proficiency: intermediate, high intermediate, and advanced. In the 65-hour advanced grammar course, a key goal is for students to improve grammatical accuracy in their writing. This is often cited as a critical goal for EAP readers and support the aims of the other courses in the program, especially the writing course. One of these tasks involves the use of a web-based condensing program. Technology infrastructure at the university is excellent, and instructors have access to network drives, computer and digital projector and up-to-date computer labs. Over the semester, students spend approximately 6 hours on concording activity in the computer labs. Andy provides students with worksheets to guide discovery learning experience for structures that are most conducive to organizing work, such as gerunds or infinitives, works from, and verb plus particle patterns. Some such as turn up, few, or not result, and students need to be reminded of the limitation of such results in under avoid inappropriate conclusion about the particular structure they are in investigation. The next is web-based research. The internet as information search in EAP course. Proficiency in reading and competency in research are basic requirements for students in high programs, and the widespread availability of internet access on post-secondary campus means much of this activity takes place in electronic environment. The study found that 73% of respondents reported using the uh, internet more than the library for information searching, and only 9% use the internet less than the physical library. 10 years later, indication are that student internet use for research purpose has only increased as libraries continue to expand their digital repository and work towards integration of internet search engines such as Google Scholar into their database. In light of this, a more detailed theoretical background is present below, and focusing on the set of complex skill and literacy which are required if students are to make effective use of the internet to support academic study. And the next point is understanding researching on the web. Researching on the web can be a significant challenge for EAP students because they must do so with a critical mindset and make quick judgment about reliability while confronting a deluge of information. In successive papers, staff lessons stress that before web web-based sources were available, students mainly used sources which were relatively reliable and credible since they were published and available in libraries. In the EAP classroom, illiteracy skill can be developed through internet-based project and activity. The second activity was the writing of a research paper, which involved searching the internet for topic relevant information and determining the reliability of web-based research sources. Web-based sources. Last point for me: online learning environment, collaboration, and project-based learning. Development in SLA, research, shifting perspective on CALL, and innovation in web-based technology are influencing the current thinking around the potential use and roles of web-based technology in language teaching. Little documentation on the use of wiki in EAP teaching exists. However, the ease of use and the diverse functionality of wiki makes this technology a popular initial choice for EAP teachers who are looking for a web-based platform to support course, project, and activities.
B teaches in NESL program at a comprehensive primary undergraduate university in Canada. The university enrolls around 3,000 students with approximately. The curriculum is intense and it's not unusual for students to leave their students in the pupil levels. Around this time, the University Language Center, which was responsible for the project, implemented model and Sarah began using the LMS Grid, EFP and ESP blend learning and distance learning courses. Drawing on the insights she was gaining from her MA studies, she also facilitated online intellectual exchange for the Language Center using a range of other tools, including wikis and blogs at the university. Sarah teaches at studies in other languages, and generally not a requirement in degree programs. However, students enrolled in the business and economics program study English as well as Chinese, Spanish, and French in order to meet degree requirements. The program see around 1,400 students each year at the bachelor level and around 60 at the master's. Most states which offer EAP programs also support at least one version of a web-based learning management system designed to support teaching and learning at the institution. Popular systems such as Blackboard and Moodle include the following functions. 1. Serve as an up-to-date information hub for course participants. 2. fulfill the traditional class website function of repository of course materials for student self-access. 3. Operate as a central online learning space providing access to a range of activities which have the potential to support language development. Conclusion. This chapter has provided an overview of some of the ways technology is being used in EAP teaching practice. Technology has become a normal part of the learning experience in post-secondary contexts, and EAP teachers are accounting for this in the activities they design. While some technologies such as concording are directly aimed at supporting language acquisition, others are more often used to develop study skills and provide opportunities of language use in typical academic tasks. Integration of tools such as the Internet for web-based reach various web 2.0 platforms and LMS can encourage students to use language purposeful and collaborative technology, medical learning, and development.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, finally we are come to the last agenda. We would like to say thanks again for presenter and all of the audience who watched this presentation video, and hopefully the presentation will give benefit for us. Thank you for your attention. See you later. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.